All right. A lot of people are testing this week, I think. So it's just us girls today here. We're going to start on page 169 in grammar, so you can go there first. And I was just saying that next week is our last week of grammar. And then we're just going to focus on the binder, and you'll have just writing to work on, no more grammar. So I know we love grammar. I know you're going to miss it, but we are so close, so close. So this is week 29. It's cute. It's a cute page. Look at that. I love this page. So this is a crossword puzzle. And I'll read the directions in a minute here, but you're going to use the pictures to help you. It's pretty cute. Later, if you feel like coloring in those pictures, I'm okay with that. They're pretty cute. I would want to if I were you. So we're talking about prepositions. And you know those. You have it marked in your book here in the back, somewhere in one of these tabs, if you need it. But it just says, a preposition starts a phrase that shows the relationship between a noun or a pronoun and another word in the sentence. Complete the crossword puzzle by looking at the pictures below and choosing a preposition that explains the relationship between the mouse and the object in the picture. So if you look at number 1 and you see there's a tree and here's the mouse, and if you look for number 1 here, it's right here. It's going to fit in these boxes, so it's kind of a big word. So what do you think, London or Megan? What do you think the preposition is to describe what's going on in number 1? Raise your hand if you think you know. What is the mouse doing? Megan?
Around.
Around. There you
I
go.
already did this page. I know the whole
Oh, you already did it
answers.
because it's so cute, huh? So you'll put a letter in each box like this, and it spells around. And you're right, number 1 is around because the mouse is going around the tree. So you can't give away the answers, Megan, since you already did it. Look at
All
number
right.
2. This one's pretty easy. What do you think this one is, London? What preposition is telling the relationship between the mouse and the candle? And number 2 is right here.
Over.
Yes, over. Over. Good. See how they connect like that? All right, so look for number 3 is right here. What was number 3, Megan? What preposition is number 3?
Through.
Through. Good. Through. Through. Nice. Okay, and the next one, 4. And 4 is here. It starts with a U. What do you think, London?
Under.
Yes, under. Good. 5 is here. And it ends with an N. What do you think this one is, Megan? Number 5?
Number 5 is down.
Down. Good. And then number 6 is here. And 6 is short. What do you think, London?
On.
On. Good. And the last one, number 7. What's that one, Megan?
Number 7 is up.
Up. Good. Those are cute, huh? That's it. Those are all the different prepositions right there. That was an easy one. And you guys did great on that. All right, let's go on to the practice page. And how about London? Go ahead and read the sentence today.
On Sunday, Timmy was surprised to find Johnny with his leather bag. Johnny had neatly arranged his things in it.
Nice. Okay, so arranged means to place in a specific order. Like he likes to have things just right inside his bag. So That's what arranged means, and it is a verb, arranged. Okay, so there's 6 nouns. Megan, where are the 6 nouns?
All right, bag.
Good.
I think Timmy's one.
Timmy is one. Yep.
Johnny.
Good.
Other Johnny.
Good.
2 more. Things.
Things. Yep.
His.
Not his. His is going to be an adjective telling whose
Oh.
things it is. So not his.
Sunday.
Yes, you got it. Sunday is a noun because it's a day of the week. Very good. It's the thing. How about the pronoun, London? Where's the pronoun? It's not going to be his because that's going to be an adjective.
Is it the other his?
No, those are both going to be adjectives.
It?
Yes, there you go. It. It is the pronoun. Sometimes we forget about that one. It is talking about the bag because it's not a boy or girl, obviously. All right, how about the adjectives, Megan?
His.
His and his.
Another one is leather.
Good. Excuse me.
There's gotta be one more. Had.
What did you say?
Had.
No, that's going to be a verb. It's going to tell about Timmy. Timmy was what? It's basically
Sunday.
telling
Timmy
about
was
his,
surprised. Fun
yes,
dreams. Leather bag.
it's a tricky one.
Johnny.
No, it's going to tell about Timmy. Timmy was what?
Surprised.
There you go. It looks like surprised would be a
Wait, I
verb.
put it as a
I
verb.
know, because it has that
Oops.
ed.
I'm so
And sometimes
sorry.
surprised is like if it said he surprised them, then it would be a verb. But this is actually going to be Timmy was surprised. So this is telling
Okay.
about Timmy. Yeah, that was a tricky one. How about the ly adverb, London?
Neatly.
Good, neatly. And then I'm going to have London go ahead and do the subject verb pairs too. There's 2 subjects. There might be more verbs here, but what are the subject verb pairs?
Timmy and was.
Timmy's the subject, was is the verb. Good.
Find.
Not find because of that word to. Remember when we have to next to it, it's an infinitive. So we're not going to label find.
Johnny
That's the subject, Johnny.
and arranged.
And arranged. And there's one more that's like a helping verb with Johnny.
Had.
Yes, there you go. So Johnny and then had arranged. Those 2 go with Johnny. And that's right. That's it. Good job. All right. What about the prepositional phrases, Megan? And it's not going to be to find. We're going to ignore to find because that's an infinitive. So
On
on,
Sunday.
on Sunday. Good. That's one.
With his leather
Keep going.
bag.
There you go. With his leather bag. Good.
In it.
In it. Good job. That's it. Those are the 3 phrases. Nice job. How about the openers, London?
Prepositional opener.
Good, which is number, what number is
2.
prepositional? Wait, say it again.
2.
Yes, good. 2 prepositional. And what about the other sentence?
Subject
Good, which is number
1.
1. I'm going to write it underneath because I don't have room above it. So number 1, subject right there. Nice. And then all the capitals, there's 5. So make sure you find those. And then the end mark is a period. Nice job, you guys. Okay, any questions about the grammar today? No? Good. Okay. So now you can put away your grammar. You're going to do the regular pages for your homework this week, pages or days 2, 3, and 4 of that week. So we're done with that. So close to being done with your grammar book. Okay. Excuse me. We're going to move on to the binder next. So go ahead and get out from the binder what you have in there about how to. We were working on that last week. How to, explaining how. So get out your notes from last week and those pages. So you wrote about, I think you did 3 paragraphs. I saw London, I saw you turned yours in. Megan, were you able to finish your paragraphs this week?
Nope.
Not yet? Okay.
I'm still working on it.
Still working on it. That's okay. No problem. So yeah, your homework was, I'm just going to double check here, those 3 paragraphs. I'm pretty sure. Let me double check. Yes, and I saw yours, London. You wrote about making cookies. So I know it's just you guys in the class today, but London, could you read your paragraphs to us today? And then we could talk about the introduction and conclusion. Okay. Do you want me to share my screen or do you have it on your end?
Can you share it?
I can. Yep, I have it right here. Okay, I see your note, Megan. Yeah, you need 3 paragraphs, but that's good. You have 2 so far. Okay. Can you see that pretty good, Lyndon? Or do you need to make it bigger?
Can you make it bigger?
I can, yeah. How's that? Better?
Yeah.
Okay. Whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and read it.
To make cookies, the first step is to find a recipe so you can buy ingredients off of the recipe. Usually, the ingredients consist of eggs, milk, sugar, and flour because these are the foundation of many desserts. Cookie recipes also have different kinds of extra add-ins to the dough, so the cookies have different flavors. Depending on what flavors or flavor combos are your favorite, you can determine which recipe to use. There are also non-dairy, gluten-free, and vegan options if necessary. Before you start, you should probably make sure that all the equipment that you are going to use is clean and has no excess food from its last use. The next step is to thoroughly mix all the ingredients together because they must be combined. To do that, add in all the ingredients in the order the recipe is written. To mix, use a paddle attachment if using a stand mixer, and if mixing by hand, which is more work, it is best to use a spatula. Mix until all ingredients are incorporated or until a dough is formed. The recipe may contain a freezing step if the dough is very soft, but if not, the dough is finished. You can also freeze the dough until the day when needed, but if making and eating the same day, your dough is ready to bake. The last step is to prepare the dough for baking. Because cookies are typically round, you will want to roll the dough into balls. Put a sheet of parchment paper or foil on a baking sheet, which will make your cleanup easier. Then finally bake. Most cookies are baked at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, but the baking time can vary. While the cookies are baking, plan to cool the cookies on a separate plate or wait until cookies are cool enough to handle.
Nice. Nice job, London. Excellent. I love that. And cookies, literally, cookies are my favorite dessert, especially chocolate chip. Those are my favorite cookies. I really like how you described that. And I like that word incorporated. I thought that was a good word to describe when all the ingredients are just mixed together really well like that. That was really good. Um, and I feel like I want to make cookies now. Maybe we should do that for class. That would be
I
fun.
learned how to do it.
I would love to. Oh my gosh. Chocolate chip cookies are the best. Yes, go ahead, London.
Um, with Heartland, there's this class, and there was a baking club.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's cool. And you were in the club?
yeah.
And what other things did you bake in that club?
A lot of things. There was like different. There's usually like something like there's like a um what was it? It was like some kind of cake,
Was
and
it
then
like scones or something like that, maybe? Scones?
yeah, and then like cookies and brownies and
Oh my
like
gosh.
a wafer thing.
Those are all so good. I love sweets. Oh my gosh. Was it mostly desserts that you guys baked?
Yeah,
Was it a class online or did you go in person?
it was online.
So you would do it in your kitchen while they talked about it and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. How fun. I like that. I do want to remind you of something, and I saw a lot of great dress ups. I think you got all your dress ups in there and your topic clinchers. I think the only thing you accidentally forgot, though, was the openers. So I want to make sure to go over the checklist with you really quick because unless you had them in there and you just forgot to label them, but you guys have 3 openers now. Did you guys notice that on your checklist here? Prepositional, ly, and VSS. So you might have had those in there, Lyndon, but maybe you just forgot to label them. But remember, you're supposed to put a little number before it with the bracket on those sentence openers. And do you guys remember what a VSS is? What's a VSS? Anybody remember? Uh-oh, we better write this down. You're gonna need to know. Megan, what's a VSS?
Short sentences.
Yes, so VSS stands for very short sentence. So I want you guys just to write this in on your checklist. Draw an arrow down here from VSS. This is page 151, so hopefully it's in your front pocket there. VSS is very short sentence. And that's a new one on your checklist. Do either of you remember how many words in a VSS?
I forgot.
You forgot? Do you remember, London, how many words are in a VSS? VSS sentences have 2 to 5 words only. Let me make my 5 better. 2 to 5 words. So a sentence like, cookies are delicious. That's a 3-word sentence that would work for a VSS. Or cookies are easy to make. Cookies are easy to make. That would work. 2 to 5, no more than 5 words. So what do you think, London? What's another VSS about cookies that you could do?
Maybe um would like one of the sentences that I used work?
Did you see one in there? Let me look real quick. You might have had one already. Which one are you looking at?
In the third paragraph.
Third paragraph? Okay. No, I think those are a little too long. I'm trying to see if you have one earlier. No, I think these are too long because you can't have more than 5 for a VSS. So you'll probably have to add an extra sentence in each paragraph for a VSS. You can think of something. Can you think of one that you could add somewhere? Oh, right here. Is this the one you're talking about? Then finally bake? Yeah, that would work. So in front of then, you would do like a bracket with a 6 on that. But you need to think of one for your second paragraph and your first paragraph too, okay? So you'll add that later. And don't forget about those other openers too. Because today we're going to work on your introduction and your conclusion for your paragraph, for your paper. Okay. So I know, Megan, you're still working on yours. Do you want to share what you have so far on yours? Or do you want?
Sure, I don't know if it'll completely make sense. My brother helped me with the first paragraph in my first time. My
Oh,
brother, first
cool.
time. I told him you call me with 3 keyword outlines. All right,
I
let's.
don't see it on my end yet, so you might need to pull it up. Oh, I see what you're doing. Hold on. Yeah, you can share it.
I have a lot of windows open.
Yeah.
Let's.
So as you're getting that up and ready, for the introduction and the conclusion, you got to know what your topics are because we'll use those in your introduction paragraph and your conclusion
Okay.
paragraph. So as long as you know what those
Uh,
are, that'll help.
it's showing up. I
Okay.
don't know if I'll be able to read it. I don't know, 'cause yesterday my throat got hurt by smoke with a campfire. I was near a giant
Oh,
meadow where it keeps you warm. That's like a campfire. It was a lot of smoke. It
oh,
happened to my mom too.
aw.
But my throat doesn't hurt too badly 'cause I can still talk.
That's good. If you can, otherwise I can read it if you want me to.
Yeah, I'm okay if it, hopefully some of it makes sense.
You want to read it or do you
I
want me
want
to?
you to read it.
You want me to read it? Okay. So you're writing about how to play Minecraft. And do you know how to play Minecraft, London? Have you ever played it before? Oh, good. Okay, so she'll know some of this stuff. Okay. You have in Minecraft, you start out with nothing and have to punch wood with a fist. Once the wood is dropped, you approach it After you do, the wood pops up in your inventory. After grabbing wood, the player has to build a house with windows, stairs, walls, and a wooden door, or an iron door if you are in hardcore. After building a house, it is time to build a crafting table by entering your inventory. There are 4 blank boxes where you put the 4 planks of wood in, and there you have it. Now you have yourself a crafting table to help you survive and make it through the game. In survive mode, you need food. If you don't, your hearts or health or down when you don't eat food. And if you go to a dimension, you could have died in death, and the dimension is very harm. You could get hurt in fire. To regain your health, you need to drink milk and cook food in a furnace. Then you will go to the swamp. Swamp, is that what you mean? In the forest? I think it's supposed to be swamp. There is a witch in a wooden house. When you get hurt from a witch, you could use healing portions and use armor with a shield to block from attacks so you won't lose any hearts and not die. You use a fist with a sword to fight mods. When you go, the wooden mansion pillagers have tools, loots to capture them in a giant cage. After that, you need to use range for protection to kill a skeletons. When a witches spawn out the middle of nowhere, you can use potions and a bow to, is that how far you got? Oh, there's more. Defeat the witch in Minecraft. Once it was nighttime, Endermen spawn in you have to use a strategy by using a pumpkin head. Then the Endermen can't see you and won't kill you neither. Then you will finally survive in Minecraft.
I tried.
Yeah, you did. That's pretty good.
I did too on my own, but my brother was the first paragraph.
Okay.
'Cause it didn't make sense with the first paragraph, so my brother check on it and fix it.
That was nice of him to help you. That's pretty cool. I think I
No,
just,
I didn't move some of the keyword outlines by accident.
oh yeah, you might have to go back and do some editing still, but that's okay. So you have your topics though. See where you have, okay, wait, scroll up a little bit.
Okay.
Oh, wait, go back to your outline. I liked your outline. And then go to Roman numeral 2, the pink one. Yes. So collect items. So I want you to remember that for your introduction and your conclusion, because you're going to add that to your introduction and conclusion. So you have collect items, and then scroll down to number 3, health and hunger bar. And then 4 is fight monsters. So those are your 3 topics, okay? So remember that when you're working on your introduction. So let's get that out. Go ahead and stop sharing, Megan, for now.
All
And
right.
then I want everybody to get out the page from your front pocket about the introduction and the conclusion. So it's going to be page 149. This one should be in your front pocket. Because we're going to turn this into a 5-paragraph essay. You did 3. Those are the body paragraphs. Now we're going to talk about the introduction and conclusion to make it a 5-paragraph. Okay, so the first, well, okay, let me back up. When you write a 5-paragraph essay like this, the 3 body paragraphs you write first, and then you write the conclusion. And the very last part that you write is going to be the introduction. even though that's the first paragraph of the paper. It's the last one you actually write. And there's a reason, because it gets a little easier to do it that way. But so page 149, this is the conclusion. And it says the first thing we need to do is restate the topics. That's why I wanted to point those out, Megan. You know what your topics are now. Write a sentence or two about each topic. Try to convey the main idea of each body paragraph. Highlight or bold the topic key words. So down here, this is Roman numeral 5, topic A. So for you, London, I think the first topic you wrote about, your first body paragraph was about the recipe, right? So you'll make sure to use the word recipe somewhere in here. And you'll need to come up with a sentence to like restate that topic about finding the recipe that you want to make, or it, how many recipes there are out there, or something about recipes. So somewhere in here, you're going to need 3 keywords. One of the words needs to be recipes. Could be the first one. It doesn't matter. But put a box around it wherever you put it in this list. Did I spell recipe right? It never looks right to me. It's one of those weird words in English, actually. I think it's spelled right. Let me double check. Recipe. Yep. Recipe. For you, Megan, your first one, I think, was, what does it say next, the pink words, what does it say next to Roman numeral 2 on your outline?
Collect items.
Say it again.
Collect items.
Collect items. Yeah. So you'll need to put that somewhere in yours. So you can put, I would put the word items. This is for yours, Megan. And then you
Alright.
could use the word collect, or you can use 2 other words here, because you want to say it a little bit different than you did in that paragraph, okay? And then for you, London, go ahead and go on to B and C. So your second paragraph, was it about ingredients? I was trying to remember. Your second body paragraph?
The first one was about the recipe and the ingredients.
Okay.
And the second one was about mixing it, I think.
Let me go back and look so I can make sure, because you want to make sure you follow the same pattern as you did before. It has, yeah. Oh, your first one is recipe and ingredients, yes. The second paragraph, your second body paragraph, is about mixing them and making the dough. So you can have something like mixing and dough. You can use those keywords in there. Or mix, some form of mixing. I'll show you what I'm doing in a second here. And then your third paragraph is about baking it. So you want to use the word baking or bake. Let me show you what I put here. So you want to have, the second one, topic B, could be mix and dough. Topic C, something about bake. This is for yours, London, or something close to that. It doesn't have to be exactly like that, but that's what you're talking about in each one of those paragraphs. And put a box around those words, because remember, for the introduction and the conclusion, you're not going to do topic clincher like all the other paragraphs. You're only highlighting the topic words that you have in those body paragraphs, okay? So for yours, Megan, your first topic A was about items, right? And then what was your next body paragraph about? What was your second paragraph about?
Health and hunger bar.
Health and hunger bar. Okay, so that needs to go here for topic B on yours. So yours will say something like health. I guess you could just put health and then hunger and then bar. That would work because those are your three words. You could highlight all three of those words. Does that make sense, Megan?
Yes.
Oh, good. Okay. And then your third paragraph, Megan, what was your third paragraph about?
Fight monsters.
Oh, yeah, fight monsters, and then you'll want to come up with another word to put here. You can make up one more word. Could be witches. That's one of the monsters, huh?
Or mobs, because it's every single monster.
Oh, okay. Mobs, yeah. All right, so both of you should have, excuse me, topic A, topic B, and topic C filled in. And now we're going to talk about most significant. Sorry, I'm getting over a cold and sometimes that cough comes back. Cough drop in.
Oh, I didn't know you have a cold.
I've been sick for, I don't know, about 5 or 6 days, but so I'm better than I was. But
That's good.
I still get a little cough every once in a while. So, so the next part of the conclusion is the most significant. So look up here where it says most significant and why. It says, what is the most important, most interesting, or most significant thing to remember about all that you wrote and why? You may choose one of your topics, like one of these, and tell why it is the most significant, or you may choose something that tells the importance of the entire subject. So you can choose one of your topics, like for you, London, you can choose one of your topics to tell which one is the most important or most significant. Or you can talk about what is the most significant thing about baking cookies, like the whole subject in general. And for you, Megan, you can decide on which one of the topics is most important or what's most important about playing the game as a whole.
All right.
Okay. Do you have an idea, Megan, of what you want to say?
Well, fighting monsters is kind of an important part of the game.
Mm-hmm. That's how you stay alive. Well, that's part of how you stay alive.
Yes.
Maybe staying alive is the most important part of the game, huh?
Yeah.
Because obviously, if you die, then you can't play anymore. You have to
In
start over.
hard code, in a hard code mode game, when you die, you can't respawn that game.
Mm.
But if you're in survival and not in hard code mode,
Mm-hmm.
then when you die, you lost your stuff. But if you go back to the spawn point where you die, then you could collect everything. Your
Mm.
swords and all your stuff, all your items.
Okay. Okay, so maybe for yours, do you like that idea of saying the most significant thing or the most important thing is to stay alive in your game? Okay. So I would say right here, let's just write this out. This is for you, okay, Megan. And London, you can think about yours, and then I'll talk
All
about
right.
yours in a second. The most important, whoops. I'm going to write a sentence here. The most important thing to remember while playing Minecraft is to stay alive.
I forget how to spell remember.
It's right here.
Okay.
REMEMBER.
REMEMBER.
I'm
I
gonna
haven't been in an eye doctor since summer.
Oh yeah, it's almost time to go back, huh?
Yep, in summer.
Yep. This is important because, and then I'm going to let you finish that. Okay, Megan, you can finish
All
that
right.
sentence. So let me know when you have all that written down, and then I'll
All
help Lyndon. It looks like you're writing too, Lyndon. That's good. Go ahead and see if you can think
I'm
of it.
almost done writing.
Okay. Oh, did you see London's note in the chat?
Yes.
There's lots of cheats out there, I've heard.
Oh my gosh, I like Raven Survival. Her brother cheats. Oh,
He probably knows a way to keep your stuff.
mm-hmm. But she probably meant chest, probably. Like an open chest.
Mm. Is that where he keeps it?
Yeah, that's how you keep your stuff.
Mm.
It's like a treasure chest, but it's not a treasure chest.
It's where all your supplies and stuff go, all the things that you
Yep.
find. Oh, that's cool.
What's cool in Minecraft is you could see shipwrecks in
Mm.
Minecraft. You don't see anybody drowned or anything like that, no.
Oh, that's good. Did you finish writing this, Megan, or are you still working on it?
Almost. I'm into abhorrent because.
Okay.
I'm just trying to keep my handwriting look nice and neat.
Mm. Okay, that's good.
All right, and I'm going to draw that weird line.
Yeah, you can just keep going. So you're gonna
It's
write,
not very straight.
it's okay. You're gonna finish that sentence by yourself. Okay, so this is important because, and if you need to use the space way down here, that's okay too.
All right.
And so how about for you, London? Did you come up with a most significant or most important thing about baking cookies? Or one of the topics? What did you put?
I put cookies can be different flavors because of the different recipes and like ingredients.
Okay, did you put the most significant, or how did you start the sentence? Did you say most important?
Um,
Right here. Did you write this down or did you write something different as far as the most important thing?
Oh, I didn't write that.
Oh, that's okay. But you can use important, and you don't have to erase anything. You can fix that later, but it should be the most important or the most significant, something like that. That's how you should start that sentence. Thing to remember. And you're saying, I have an idea for yours, London. What if the most important thing is how you select, like being careful to select the right recipe, maybe? Because some cookies are more involved and they take more time, maybe. And you want to pick a recipe that kind of fits with what you need. Like if you're doing a fancy cookie for somebody's wedding, you'll need more time. You'll want to pick a fancier recipe. But if you're making cookies just for fun on a Saturday because you feel like a chocolate chip cookie, you're going to pick an easier recipe, right? A quicker one. So maybe that would be something you can explain here in the conclusion. Like the most important thing to remember when you want to bake a cookie or bake cookies is to carefully pick the right recipe for you or something like that. A recipe that fits the amount of time that you have or something. And you can think about that and fix that later, but and then you would add another sentence like this is important because you want to plan ahead for whatever occasion you're baking your cookies for. Does that make sense, Lyndon? Okay, good. So go ahead and write down some notes for that. And then we're going to talk about the introduction. We have the introduction left and then we'll be done. So I'll give you a minute to finish that. And it's okay if you need to put notes like in the side here or just add notes wherever. This is just for you. And then when you sit down to write the paragraph, you can make it a complete sentence. Okay, I saw that note, Megan. That's good. What did you put for that last sentence, Megan? This is important because
then you won't lose your stuff.
okay. Did you write that down?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. You got it, London? Okay, good. Let's turn this over. And this is the introduction side. It's weird, I said earlier, because the introduction is the very first paragraph. So you're going to put this first in front of your body paragraphs. Okay. So that's why I'm glad you typed it because it's easier to just go to the top and add the introduction. But this is the last one that you plan because now that you know what your whole paper is about, it's a little bit easier to do this one. So for the introduction, this is Roman numeral 1, you need an attention getter. And it says at the top here, start your introduction with a sentence that encourages your reader to continue reading. Begin with a question, a fact, or a statistic, or a very short sentence. That's a VSS. So that's a good way to start your introduction. Let's do that one. That would be kind of fun to do. So remember, remember, a VSS has 2 to 5 words. So I want you to think for a minute of a VSS that you could put for your very first sentence of your introduction about your subject. So London's going to say something about cookies, and Megan, you'll say something about Minecraft. So can you guys think of a VSS for that? It could be simple. Something about cookies, 2 to 5 words. like cookies are delicious, or um, there are many cookie recipes. That's 5. That still would work. Or I love cookies. So what do you think? Can you think of a short one, London, that you could start with about cookies? Let me know when you guys think of something. And you're just going to write it right here. Write your VSS. We'll start with a VSS on this one.
I did mine.
Okay, what's yours, Megan?
I put Minecraft is the best game. I couldn't put
Mine.
ever, or else that would be 6.
Oh, yeah. But that's good. Minecraft
Since
is the best game. I like that. Good. And you wrote it right here on the first line? Did you write it there?
Yep.
Perfect. Good. London, did you think of one about cookies?
Cookies are delicious.
You like that one? Okay. Cookies are delicious. Go ahead and write that there. That's a good first sentence. All right. And then the next part of the introduction is the background. So the background tells us up here, tell your reader what the subject of the composition is about by making a general statement about the subject. Then provide background information you think would be interesting or important. The background information should flow into the introduction of the topics. So down here, you see how you have topic A, B, and C. Those are those 3 body paragraphs that you guys were working on. So the background, like for London, background information could be like how old you were when you first made your first batch of cookies, or who taught you how to make cookies. Like the first time you made them, was it your mom or your dad or grandma, somebody in your family? Did they teach you? Or this actually would be a good spot to talk about the class that you took, London. That's a good background information. So you guys have a choice here. You can write full sentences here, or you can just list some key words here. It's up to you.
Maybe I could talk about my brother who was the first one who introduced me about Minecraft.
There you go. Yep. Put brother on there just to put a note there so you can remember. Yes, your brother was the first one to teach you about Minecraft. You can talk about, for yours, Megan, you can talk about how Minecraft is played on the computer, because some people might not realize I mean, most people know this, but it's not a board game. It's actually a computer game. So you can add that for background. And maybe how old you were when you first played Minecraft, something like that. So write down either sentences here or just keywords, whatever makes sense to you. But I want you guys both to write down some things here for the background about your subject. If you need help, let me know. I'm gonna give you a minute to write some things down. And it's okay to use I and me and my in this paper, because this is something that you know how to do. So
Ooh, maybe I could say when Minecraft came out. Minecraft came out in 2009 before I was even born.
perfect. That would be interesting. Yeah, put that for your background. That's a good idea. All right, I just looked at the time and we're actually out of time already. That went by so fast. But for topic A, B, and C, I want you guys to use what you did over here, but when you write these sentences, they need to be a little bit different, but you need to make sure to have the same keywords. Okay, so like for yours, Megan, you talked about collecting items. So you want to use those words, but your sentence will be different. Does that make sense? Okay. And then for topic B and C, so make sure you put notes here for your introduction. So your job this week is to write your introduction and your conclusion. So you'll turn in all 5 paragraphs next week. And don't forget, you've got all 5 paragraphs here. Make sure you use all your dress ups and openers in your introduction and your conclusion too. And then you need a title for your paper. Try to think of something clever for your title. Do you guys have any questions about your homework this week? No? Okay. Okay. Well, that's it for today. Good job, you guys. I'll see you next week.
All right.
Bye. Have a good week.
Bye.
Bye, London. Bye, Megan.
Bye. I pray.